traders, welcome to the TMT stock market strategy video for Wednesday, April 20th. Well, we did get a little bit of a move higher, right? We gapped up, and then during the late afternoon hours, here's the 10-minute chart of the spiders. We literally just dumped really hard. We recovered, and then we did nothing all day. So we only had really one move, which was down. You're not going to look to buy this here because there was just not enough pullback. Catching that 15-minute opening range where I like to show you guys. We bounced and then failed, made that little double top, and then we just really failed miserably going in here. So that was really the one big move that you should have caught if you're trading intraday. Okay, now and then obviously what happened is that we just kind of grinded higher and then sold off. Grinded higher into the close. So really nothing happened the rest of the day. That's what's been going on of late, especially April has been horrible. Really, we've been sideways for many days, and then we get one pop up. Sideways, another pop up, and that's what's happened the last I think it was the 13th, and then on Monday we had the pop up. Now I just want to just kind of recap a little bit. Earnings have been a disaster. Okay, banks and financials have cut to beat earnings, and remember, analysts have cut estimates already, and they've only beat because of cost cutting and cutting executive pay. That's not growth. There is no growth here. We're at 18 to 20 times forward earnings priced in already. Fairly valued, fully valued, if you will, in the S&P. And the market continues to go higher because everyone is thinking that they're going to miss the next leg up in this rally. It's not going to happen. Eventually, at one point, we're going to get a market top, and that's where I put that video out over the weekend, that watch out for a market top sometime between now and the next several weeks during earnings season. Okay? They're not going to beat. There's just you could just see it. It's happening here. Intel just had to cut a bunch of jobs in order to stay afloat. All right. Netflix looking horrible. I mean, I could go on and on, guys. Got to be very careful. Where am I going with this? Is that do we sell the market? No, of course not. We have to get a sell signal. But U.S. traders, whether it be scalpers, swing traders, day traders, position traders, you need to know what's going on overall around you. Because this little sell-off, which was very quick, could have happened and turned into a big sell-off yesterday, and we could have continued. Okay, now obviously it didn't happen, but you need to know the risks that are out there. I mean, I showed you yesterday the two stocks above the 50-day moving average on the S&P and the NASDAQ. It's ridiculously overbought. We're looking at 90%. I mean, you're at 90% already of all of the stocks in the NASDAQ and the S&P above the 50-day moving average. Okay, at 90%. I mean, guys, we've come really quick, really fast. And again, what am I doing? I'm not going to short the market today. If the market gives me a buy signal, I'm following the trend. I could care less the market goes up another 1,000 points. But I am going to use caution, and I could see that the markets long are very jittery during the day. So just keep that in mind, because we could open up down. All we need is one catalyst, one spook in the market. Everyone is long equities. Everyone now. Okay, and everyone is long gold, and everyone is long silver, and everyone is short the dollar. And I want to show this to you next, and just to give you guys an example, here's the UUP ETF, and this is the dollar ETF. And I showed this bullish falling wedge. Now we have very big support here, coming in here into this area. Now if you look at the DX, excuse me, you'll see this is the same. And I showed you this, and then I said we bounced back up, and then we failed, right? Well, this did not fail. Now, this is just basically giving us a bigger and very large bullish falling wedge into a big area of support. Does it get down to here? Does it flush down here? Yeah, sure it could, absolutely. But do not deny that this is a big bullish falling wedge here, okay, into a big area band of support. So it could easily price break back down to here and then explode higher, okay? So this is a very big bullish pattern that has not triggered yet, all right? Mind you, it has not triggered. And if that does break out, that's when we're going to see the gold trade and the precious metals really sell off hard. And I think that's the sell-off that you're going to need to buy into the gold and the precious metal trade, okay? And when that does happen, and I do think equities are going to sell off, and it could be as early as the next few days or later than 3-4 weeks from now. We have some big key numbers coming out. reporting on Google and Amazon. Those are going to be key. There's a lot of imbalances going on at the end of the day on these two big names. So if they start to sell off, and if you remember yesterday, the Qs did not do well, and Nasdaq did not do well. They were selling off pretty hard. Amazon, Google, and nobody cared about what was going on with that index, but everybody else was talking about Dow 18,000. Okay, keep your mind focused. Do not listen to the pundits out there. They have no idea what's going on with the markets. They have absolutely no idea. And most of these guests that come on, they could care less. All they want to do is pop up the market. Yes, yes, yes. You got to buy here. Who in their right mind would tell anyone to buy the market here, fully priced into the marketplace? All right. Now, obviously, if you're day trading, it's different. But as a investor, I mean, that's just crazy, and it cringes when I hear somebody talk like that on CNBC, Bloomberg, Fox Business News. They have no idea. All they are writers. That's all they are. They're writers and publishers. That's all they want to do, and they have no idea what's going on. They get the guy that writes the best article, and they talk about it. Okay, so just please use caution. All right, let's get right into this chart. I just wanted to really get that out there to you guys. Okay, transports. We're doing quite well, right? Transports are holding in really nice. This is our leader now. This is deemed our leader. So, I mean, we could just continue. But for me, if I was an investor, there's no way I'm buying at these areas here. I'm going to wait for a decent pullback or a base building, all right? A nice consolidation area, okay? Russell, still deemed our secondary leader, now holding his downtrend line, again, lagging the previous guy, which is the transports. But we'll see what happens here, okay? We went sideways for quite a couple months, and now we're starting to break back out again. Also, Russell, I saw weakness in the Russell, which is a good gauge of risk, so just keep that in mind as well, okay? And then you got the Qs here. Let me just move that over. Lastly is the Qs, and as you can see in the Qs, we just kind of really didn't do much. This was the weakest index of all, and this is really concerning to me, okay? Also, and I want to point out, lastly, is the banks and financials. Keep an eye on them. They're being propped up. They sold off. I believe it was on Monday they sold off, but they do not do well. Their earnings did not do well at all. And I do think that at one point you're going to see the banks and financials start to really roll over pretty hard. Of course, you got to watch the yield. The yield is going to make a big factor here on the banks. Okay, banks and financials, definitely watch technology this week. Technology is coming out. We'll have a lot of earnings that are coming out, and let's just see. And I would recommend keep a good handle on it. Go look at the transcripts. Go into Seeking Alpha. Go look at their transcripts on what stock you like and some of the big names, and you'll see if you dive into it, they're not doing anything. There's no growth here. So just a word of caution. Let's see what happens. The fireworks are ready to start, guys. So let's be prepared for it. Have a great day, everybody.